Hey guys, Dr. Justin Marcagiani here. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 foods to improve your testosterone levels. We're going to dive in and go over the nitty gritty. And before we do, please smash the like button. Love to see your comments down below. We'll be responding too. All right, so if you're a guy listening to this, you probably want to naturally get your testosterone levels up. If you're a female, you got to be careful because getting your testosterone levels up too high is going to have issues with PCOS, driving ovarian cyst. It can throw off prolactin. But if you're a female trying to be toned and have a healthy libido and muscle, there's going to be a natural variation that you want to get your testosterone maybe at least to the middle to upper 25% of the range. So you could apply some of these principles if you're a female as well. Just you're going to be looking at it a little bit differently, right? You want to keep your testosterone levels within the top part of the range, but still keep your feminine hormones in balance and not create like PCOS or any excessive hair growth. So just keep that in mind. So first things first is we want to be able to potentiate growth hormone. Growth hormone will improve the effects of testosterone. So one of the big things that will blunt growth hormone, you can do like an HGH suppression test. They will actually give glucose and they will see a suppression in growth hormone. And so keeping carbohydrates in check. Now, that does not mean doing ultra low carb is going to be necessarily a good thing. It's going to be good for body composition. It's going to help with insulin sensitivity. But if you're at a point where you're low carb for so long, that can actually cause lower testosterone levels. So adding in some carbohydrate based on your activity level, based on you lifting, based off of, any interval training will be helpful. But just know if you go too high carb, as a guy, that's going to cause increased insulin. And if you're not absorbing that insulin with building up of muscle and anabolic metabolism, breaking down muscle, building it up. So if you're not using that insulin to heal and break down tissue, then you're going to be increasing fat. And so that can definitely cause aromatization and cause male hormones, testosterone, to go to estrogen. That's called aromatization. And in females, a little bit different. You can actually, when you overdo insulin, you can cause estrogen to go to testosterone. So a little bit different. Just keep that in mind. So that can definitely impact it. So keeping carbs in check, not overdoing them, can impact HGH, which then allows testosterone to work better. And number 2, it can cause aromatization issues, cause testosterone to go to estrogen. That's number 2. Number 3 is micronutrients. The big micronutrients that are going to be important for testosterone, especially, are going to be zinc and selenium. Very important cofactor. Selenium is a really important one for thyroid hormones, so keeping metabolism high. It's also an important cofactor for glutathione. Zinc is also a very important cofactor for testosterone. You'll see like a lot of ZMA products, zinc, magnesium, aspartate, and we could throw magnesium into that camp as well. So magnesium, vitally important for keeping testosterone optimal. So my big micronutrients would be like zinc, magnesium, and selenium are very, very important out of the gates. Number 4, N-acetylcysteine, cysteine, very important amino acid. So again, protein is going to be made from, all your protein, all your muscles can be made from amino acids. And a lot of the hormones like testosterone is going to be a steroid-based hormone. So you need healthy proteins and cholesterol because they're connected together typically, right? And so cholesterol is going to be the backbone and the building block to make testosterone. So very important. So you're going to have protein coming in, you're going to have cholesterol with it, very important. And then if I were to get more specific, N-acetylcysteine can also be very helpful because it helps with glutathione, helps with oxidative stress. And there's some data on that showing that it can improve testosterone levels as well. 4, managing cortisol, because cortisol is going to be catabolic, so it is going to antagonize testosterone levels. So my favorite herb is going to be ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is wonderful. There's some data on it improving testosterone levels 15 to 20%. Love it because you're going to blunt and modulate cortisol. You're going to help with cortisol rhythm. So if your cortisol rhythm's off, that can impact sleep. That can impact your body's ability to get into a good parasympathetic nervous system response. So having good levels of ashwagandha, I'd say 1 to 2 grams daily, can be amazing to help testosterone levels, which will also help cortisol levels. And then number 5, utilizing sleep. So when you get your cortisol levels better, that's also going to improve sleep levels, right? So getting to bed before 10 a.m., 10 p.m., ideally, before midnight, but let's say 10 to 11 is a good window, a good anabolic window, because that 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., you're maximizing growth hormone, and that's going to impact anabolic metabolism and impact testosterone as well. I would say on top of that, you can utilize herbs like saw palmetto, which is going to be a AR blocker, an alpha reductase blocker, which is going to take testosterone and bring it down to DHT. You can use herbs like, or I should say more of essential fatty acids like saw palmetto from the palm trees, and that will actually help testosterone from going downstream to DHT. DHT is a stronger testosterone, but it does not potentiate anabolic growth of the muscles per se. Other sexual development features, it impacts hair growth in the face, but hair loss on the top of the head. And so it can be beneficial from a hair loss prevention standpoint, but utilizing up to 350 or so milligrams of good high quality saw palmetto from like a fatty acid extract, like a CO2 extract, is amazing, really good. And that's shown in some studies to bump up testosterone as well, 15-20% as well. So we can utilize some natural DHT blockers, some alpha reductase enzyme blockers like saw palmetto. We can utilize the ashwagandha. We can utilize certain amino acids, and just eating good protein with animal products like N-acetylcysteine. We can utilize compounds, micronutrients like zinc, like selenium, like magnesium. And then we can also manage our carbohydrate levels. Again, this is the double-edged sword. So for some, too low carb can also cause testosterone problems. But if you're too high, that can also blunt testosterone, increase aromatase, and it can also decrease HGH. So you're going to have to find that sweet spot for you. You can do like a nice glucose test like this and see how you're doing with your blood sugar and measure it. Make sure you're 140 to 120 or below in the first hour. Second hour, 120 or below to 100 or below. And then hour 3, back below 100 ideally. And again, usually you're not going to get in trouble by doing a good carbohydrate loading, post-workout, because that insulin spikes and help all that amino acids get into the muscle and help with anabolic repair. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, put your comments down below. I'd love to see it. If you want more functional medicine support and helping to heal your hormones and get your metabolism on track, again, click down below. You'll be able to reach out to my staff and team. We're happy to help you out. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye.